Hello, everyone. Welcome to yet another lesson. It's still Speak French Fast Academy, and today we're going to be talking about Depuis Quand. Repeat after me. Depuis, 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 quand, 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 quand. Usually they are separate words, but then when they come together, they also mean something we want to work on today. Depuis on its own means since, sometimes even for, while quand means when. All right, but we're going to see how these words come together to form a very amazing sentence in French or a very amazing expression. So, like I said, depuis means since and quand means when. When they are used side by side, as in depuis quand, it means for how long. Depuis is a preposition used to talk about the duration of an action that started in the past and is still going on in the present. Now, let me give you a secret hack. Write this down and never forget it. Whenever you see depuis quand together, whenever you hear people use the expression depuis quand, 97% of the times, what you're about to hear or see is a sentence structure like this. For how long have you been plus present continuous? For example, for how long have you been seeing Mr. Dave? For how long have you been here? For how long have you been living in Paris? For how long have you been communicating with him? For how long have you been plus present continuous? So when you hear depuis quand, think about for how long have you been, then watch out for the words that follows depuis quand. All right? So let's explore what I've just said now. Obviously, there are exceptions. Obviously, let's explore them in sentences. For example, depuis quand étudiez-vous le français? Can you see? So once you hear depuis quand, you already understand that this is what, for how long have you been? Étudier means to what? To study. So that is, for how long have you been studying French? And to respond is very unique as well. You respond in the present tense followed by depuis. As long as depuis follows whatever you have said in the present tense, that present tense is now turned into past perfect. For example, j'étudie le français. Normally, this is I am studying French or I study French. This is present. But once you add depuis to it, it now means it's no longer I am studying French. It becomes I have been studying French depuis un mois. I have been studying French. It means that you've been studying and you are still studying. All right? J'étudie le français depuis un mois. I've been studying French for 1 month. Let's explore that example. Vous habitez, in this case, depuis is not starting, depuis is coming at the end. When depuis starts, the verb is inversed. Depuis quand étudiez-vous? All right? You cannot say depuis quand vous étudiez. It's depuis quand étudiez-vous. But you can say vous étudiez le français depuis quand. So if the depuis quand is coming at the end, you use the normal form of the sentence. But if it's starting, you inverse the verb. All right? And the subject, of course. So number two, vous habitez. Like this is the normal form of that verb. Vous habitez. It's not habitez-vous. Donc, vous habitez ici depuis quand. So that means vous habitez normally is you live. Normally this should be you are living here. You are living here. But since depuis comes after that expression, it becomes what? You have been living here. So the expression is for how long have you been living here? Vous habitez ici depuis quand? For how long have you been living here? So like I said, when you hear depuis quand, think about for how long. In fact, think about for how long have you been. For most cases, that goes as well. Again, j'habite ici depuis 3 mois. J'habite ici depuis 3 mois, which means I have been living here. Instead of saying I live, it becomes I have been living. J'habite ici depuis 3 mois. I hope you're repeating after me. Please make sure you're always repeating and out loud as well. All right, let's go to the next sentence. Vous êtes ici. Normally, vous êtes is what? Is you are, right? Vous êtes is you are. Vous êtes ici means you are here. But with vous êtes ici depuis quand, it becomes what? For how long have you been here? Maybe someone is waiting for you and you're like, for how long have you been here? All right, or anything like that. And the person says, Je suis ici depuis 5 minutes. Je suis ici normally is I am here. But with depuis following it becomes what? I have been here. All right, becomes like a past perfect. So, je suis ici depuis 5 minutes. I've been here for 5 minutes. Répétez. Je suis ici depuis 5 minutes. All right. Depuis quand travaillez-vous dans cette organisation? Répétez. Depuis quand travaillez-vous pour, I beg your pardon, pour cette organisation? For how long have you been working for this organization? And you can say, I have been working here since 2019. All right. Je travaille pour cette organisation. I have been working for this organization depuis 2019, since 2019. It means that you were working and you are still working. All right. Depuis quand jouez-vous de la guitare? This depuis quand is used to ask about something you're doing now that you started in the past, but you are still doing now. You are seeing someone, for instance, called Tom, and I want to ask, for how long have you been seeing Tom? I just need to say, you are seeing Tom for how long? So it becomes what? Vous sortez, which means you go out. Vous sortez avec Tom depuis quand? You've been going out with Tom for how long? For how long have you been going out with Tom? All right. Depuis quand jouez-vous de la guitare? For how long have you been playing the guitar? And you will say, je joue de la guitare. Your response is always in the present tense. All right. Je joue, you conjugate the verb normally in the present. Just put depuis in front plus the duration that you started. Je joue de la guitare depuis 5 ans. I have been playing the guitar for 5 years. Depuis quand voyagez-vous en France? Or, vous voyagez en France depuis quand? If it is starting, it is the normal form. If it is ending, it is invest. All right. That is, if depuis quand is starting, I beg your pardon, it is invest. Or if depuis quand is coming at the end of your sentence, it is the normal form. So, depuis quand voyagez-vous en France? For how long have you been traveling to France? And you can also say, vous voyagez en France depuis quand? And the response is, je voyage en France depuis l'année dernière. I've been traveling to France since last year. So you can use this kind of expression to ask people a lot of questions. For how long have you been in this city? For how long have you been in Abuja? Someone tells you, oh, I'm in Abuja. Oh, wow, how? For how long have you been here? Depuis quand êtes-vous ici? Or vous êtes ici depuis quand? For how long have you been here? All right. Um, Depuis quand, number 7, voyagez-vous, excusez-moi, depuis quand travaillez-vous comme professeur? For how long have you been working as a teacher? Comme there is as. Comme professor, as a teacher. Je travaille comme professeur. I have been working. So je travaille normally is I work or I am working. But because of this quality of expression that has depuis, je travaille on its own alone becomes what? I have been working. I have been working, je travaille comme professeur depuis 10 ans. I've been working as a teacher for 10 years. All right. Vous jouez au tennis depuis quand? For how long have you been playing tennis? Remember, whatever action you're expressing is an action that is still taking place in the present. You're only trying to know when it started in the past. Vous jouez au tennis depuis quand? For how long have you been playing tennis? Je joue au tennis depuis mon adolescence. I've been playing tennis since my teenage years. Depuis quand êtes-vous membre de ce club? Depuis quand êtes-vous membre de ce club? If I were you, I can also change it and put depuis quand at the end of every expression. So how will you transform this one? It will become what? Vous êtes membre de ce club depuis quand? Vous êtes membre de ce club depuis quand? Depuis quand êtes-vous membre de ce club? For how long have you been a member of this club? It becomes je suis membre de ce club depuis 5 ans. Je suis membre de ce club depuis 5 ans. Alright? So there means this, that is used for masculine. Cet, C-E-T-T-E, is used for feminine. For instance, ce garçon, the boy. So stylo, the pen. Mais cette femme, the woman. Cette table. Just wanted to chip that in so that I can learn the table. Alright, so vous êtes marié? This is a very common question. You want to ask someone, for how long have you been married? Vous êtes marié depuis quand? Vous êtes marié normally is, are you married? But when you have depuis there, it becomes what? For how long? For how long have you been married? Vous êtes marié depuis quand? And the person, this is an expression you should use immediately so I don't forget, because it's a very important expression to always ask. All right? You can even ask somebody, you've been single for how long? Vous êtes célibataire depuis quand? For how long have you been single? All right? So, je suis marié depuis 10 ans. I have been married for 10 years. Je suis marié depuis 10 ans. Okay, it's time for you to prove whether you have really learned a lot from this class today through this video presentation. As usual, you are going to first of all translate what you have on your screen. For how long have you been singing? For how long have you been dancing with David? For how long have you been married to Sandra? For how long have you been learning French? For how long have you been speaking French? For how long have you been eating? For how long have you been cooking? For how long have you been playing football? For how long have you been single? For how long have you been going to church? Translate all of this first of all into French, memorize 100%, and record without reading from anywhere. If you can follow this exercise and follow this instruction, my God, your French will soon skyrocket to a very new level. Thank you so much for another amazing and fantastic class. If you're watching from YouTube, make sure you subscribe to our channel so that whenever we drop any video, you'll be the first to get notifications, like, comment, and continue to give your best for the French language. See you in the next class.